Before we dive into our weather here across Southwest Florida, let's bring you the latest on the tropics. Thankfully, close to home, things are nice and quiet, but there's one wave of energy just to the east of the Windward Islands. And as it works its way across the Caribbean Sea this week and then crosses over the Yucatan into the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, right there in the hot spot, the Bay of Campeche, that's where we could potentially see development over the course of the next 5 to 7 days. Certainly something we will be monitoring closely. Otherwise, close to home, as I mentioned, things are nice and quiet despite those sea surface temperatures continuing to heat up. Let's take a live look outside right now. Check on conditions here across the Cape. It's picturesque, nice and quiet as we look live down Pine Island Road. This, by the way, this is a spot right by Pine Island Road in Nicholas. We picked up around 1.25 inches in the rain gauge earlier today. How about that? Meanwhile, things have since calmed down. Most of the activity farther inland with those westerly winds. That's going to be the case again tomorrow. We're going to have showers and storms across the board, especially for our coastal communities first half of the day, but second half of the day, best probability will generally stay farther inland. So let's zoom into where we do have some of those showers starting first here across Collier County. And if you are traveling across the alley today, pack your patience. We're going to be dealing with that consistent rain falling, especially central into eastern Collier County. Also farther up toward the north, we have some pockets of heavier rain falling right through the Felda area. State Route 29 seeing those nearly stationary thunderstorms now back building into the Lehigh Acres area and up toward Charleston Park as well as Alva. So these showers, these storms, they're producing heavy rainfall. We could easily see 1 to 2 inches in the rain gauge because of them. And it's simply because they're not moving very far very quickly. So once they develop, they basically have to rain themselves out over the same location where they formed. Similar setup right here along State Route 31. Take a look at this. These showers, these storms not moving very far. So from Vermont down to Tucker's Corner, parts of Babcock Ranch also seeing some of those isolated downpours as well. That's going to be the case here for the next couple of hours after sunset right here by 9:30. Things winding down on radar. We're quiet for a few hours. Then as we head into the morning, 5 a.m., that's when those scattered showers start to develop, mainly for our coastal communities. So spots like Marco Island, Naples, Bonita Springs, Estero up through Fort Myers, Cape Coral, even to the Cape Hayes Peninsula, Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte. That's where we could see some of those downpours for your morning commute. Meteorologist Trent Eric will be tracking those for you live starting at 5 a.m. for Fox 4 Morning News. And he'll be with you every 10 minutes breaking down where we have those wet spots. Now, once we see those westerly winds kick up 5 to 10 miles per hour for the afternoon, that will help to force most of the energy farther inland, kind of similar to today. So if maybe you want to go to the beach, the morning, yes, you're going to be dodging those raindrops, but for the afternoon, that's going to be your best time frame because at that point, those westerly winds push those storms farther inland and the coastline stays dry while locations like LaBelle, Palmdale, Moorhaven, and Clewiston deal with most of that activity. So breaking it down for the morning, we'll have those scattered rain showers shifting farther inland for the afternoon. Highs around 91. Factor in that humidity. It's going to be feeling more like the mid to upper 90s, so it will again be on the hot and humid side. Similar setup into your Wednesday. Then Thursday, we'll actually pull back those rain chances to around 20% and then keep them elevated Friday, Saturday into Sunday.